So someone brought up Brady Rodgers. This is very interesting because it's unclear if either one is on the market, and it does seem that if they were, that both of them have like an attachment, a reason to want to play for this team, beyond the fact that it's a good team with a good supporting cast. Both are Northern California guys, and that's the Northern California team. So I guess I'm not asking you, do you think Brady or Rodgers will want to come here, but do you think the Niners have to sort of like wait and see and figure it out and plan for those possibilities?
I mean, if they get the opportunity to get them, I mean, how can you say no, right? That's the thing. That's the thing.
I've heard some people be like, well, it's not fair to Lance to make him sit.
No, it isn't. It isn't fair to him, but you also can't say no to those guys, right? They already said no to Peyton Manning. They already said no to Brady once. They didn't get Stafford. Like, Mahomes. They could have been the Bucks the year before. Yeah. They could have been the Rams this year, but they didn't make those two moves at quarterback.
Every time the Niners decide they don't want a quarterback, that guy goes to a team and wins the Super Bowl the next year. The next year, or like 2 years. Isn't that true? Like 3 years in a row. Anyway.
Yeah. I mean, that one hurts, Grant. Jeez.
That's the truth, though, right? They didn't want Mahomes. He beat him. They didn't want Brady. He won the next year. They didn't want Stafford. He won the next year. So who are they not going to want this year?
But, I mean, again, is it not fair to Trey Lance? Yes. Does it show that, maybe they don't have the belief in Trey Lance? I mean, like Green Bay trying to give Aaron Rodgers a massive extension tells me all I need to know. It's not just about how special Aaron Rodgers is. It also tells you all you need to know about the Jordan Love pick. Because if they had confidence in Jordan Love even being a good starter, they might let Rodgers walk and try to build an uber-talented roster around Jordan Love, who's cheap.
Yeah.
But they're not even confident they can win with the cheap Jordan Love. And so, I mean, it would make you feel some sort of way about Trey Lance. But look, if you're able to bring in Brady or Rodgers, all of a sudden these question marks we have about these veteran starters on whether they can stay and stuff, automatically that changes because those guys will want to come and play because you will have a confidence that with Brady or Rodgers, with Shanahan, you can go win a Super Bowl.
Also, I think Lance could actually benefit from sitting behind Rodgers or Brady for a year. My whole thing this year was, what are we asking Lance to learn from Jimmy? What is it about Jimmy's game that you want Lance to pick up? With Rodgers or Brady, there's a lot that you want them to pick up.
But the frustration then becomes, well, if you're going to go all in with Rodgers or Brady, Lance is handicapping your assets on what you can do to make your roster better.
True.
Like, look at it this way. If you were going to go all in with Jimmy G no matter what, this year you could make the argument, even with the Rams having Stafford, even with Mahomes being Mahomes and Allen being Allen and all of that, the Niners drafted Micah Parsons at 12, staying put at 12. They might be in the Super Bowl and they might have won it all with Jimmy Garoppolo, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
hey, man, they might have been in the won it all with Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance if they could have just gotten the ball to Debo or Kittle in the last 13 minutes. But no, it was all about JaMychal Hasty when the chips were down. Ouch. Anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a conundrum. I think really what the Niners need to do is stop overthinking things, man. Because every time they overthink it and say no to a quarterback, he wins the Super Bowl like 12 months later. So if Rodgers calls him up and say, hey, guess what? I want to play for you. All you got to do is say yes. It's really easy. That's what you
do. You actually believe he does? I don't believe Green Bay would let him go to San Francisco.
Fair. Okay, let's wrap it up that way. Do you think either of these scenarios are actually realistic?
No, I don't think Brady retired because he wanted to somehow get to the 49ers. Because if he unretires, the Bucks still have his rights, and then the Niners still have to trade for him. I think Brady retired because, I mean, at this point in his career, I guess, he had to spend some time with his family or whatever his reasons were. He articulated them somewhat, but I don't know, talk to Tom Brady. I don't know what his true basis was. Maybe his body was aching more this year than it's ever ached before, and he felt like the preparation to get himself ready to play was a problem. Or maybe he was kind of sick of preparing to play football because obviously it's so many hours in a week that he has to put in, one, to his body, and then two, mentally to be prepared to play every single one of those games. Maybe he finally got sick of it after 20 years. Who knows? But to me, he didn't retire thinking, oh, shoot, let me somehow get to the 49ers. And then in Rodgers' case, do I think he would love to play for the 49ers? Yeah, because they would surround him with things that he's never had in his career, right? Like he would have that run game for sure. The defense is special. All of those things are true. I just can't see Green Bay moving him to San Francisco no matter what. Like I just can't see that happening. And so
the Niners tried last year. It didn't happen.
Yeah, they made a call 24 hours before they drafted Trey Lance.